back to FSL, powered by our amazing sponsors and partners here, Dreamcode, Yahoo, Super Solid, and Intel. Safe to say that if you want to have the best Valorant experience, you got to check these guys out, especially Intel with their new 10th gen processors. But before we talk about anything more than that, of course, let's introduce ourselves yet again. My name is Illustrato. Joining me is the amazing, beautiful, phenomenal, and everything you can think of under the sun, Redsea. What a great day we've had here at Valorant. What do you think about the matches that we've had so far?
I mean, they're pretty much what I was expecting coming in to today. We've seen some pretty phenomenal shooting, especially from some of the earlier games. Also, our first game of the day that I was really excited to watch, Seven Sins versus Terminate Lady. That game was really good. I think the game that we have for our last game of today, we're going to see Celeste going up against Badasai Sakura. I'm really hyped for that one as well. Pretty much Celeste and Seven Sins, the two champions of FSL so far. One team's won it twice, one team's won it once, and yeah, we've got a pretty good rivalry going on. We've also this time around got 32 teams playing in the group stages, so definitely really hype. I think group stages, best of one, really anything can happen. We've been seeing that. We saw 13-0, 13-1 earlier today as well. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped. We're gonna get into I think it's game number 5 for today. It's the second game of our second half of group stages, just because we've got so many teams. They're split into 2 groups of 16 each. So this time around, it's on Ascent map. This time it is going to be Redsea.FML starting off on the attacking side, girlwluv starting out on the defending side.
I'm assuming that means girl with love, right? But anyway,
I mean, I am down. I am so here for the girlwluv.
Yeah, but really quick kills though in the meantime, coming out here towards the B site, already finding themselves a path towards the site itself. Looking Wanda try to make first contact right here, but no, it's going to be the wall instead, and that's going to be a little bit of a risky wall because they're pinning themselves into the site by doing this wall. See if it pays off in the end though, because currently the HP onto the Cypher right now not looking too phenomenal, and it's going to be Margot. Does pull out that Lear, looking for the first headshot. Paranoia is good, forcing that spray down, getting closer onto the site itself. No kills just yet, but it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Make that for 2-for-1, and it's Meredith to close out that round in the first round on the board, cleanly going to the favor of Redsea.FML.
Yeah, and I think that Sage Wall right there on the blocking off the right side of the site really did pay off for them this time around. It's something that we've seen it a few times lately. It is strategy. Usually what it really does is just it buys some time for the against the retake when the retaking team just runs from CT. It forces them to go from the left side instead, as we saw Reyna trying to do that, trying to pick up the Omen over in the boathouse. So yeah, it did work out in that 3v3. Oh, that's an aggressive push out actually from the main at the start. It's not gonna pay off this time. There are already 3v5 right now. Meredith's gonna place her alarm bot so they know when the retake will come out.
Oh yeah.
Player standing.
Ooh, nice shot onto.
Easy stuff right there. And it should be fairly certainly a clean anti-eco. And as I say that though, Margot, this is doable. Remember, Reyna, she still has 2 Devours left, and the Spectre could elect to save it, but I wouldn't blame her if she didn't, because it's a 3v1. The odds are not ever in her favor though. Perhaps she can pull off a Katniss and land all those headshots. We're about to find out right here. Meow Airy looking to cover the cross just to make sure nobody really gets into the site, and it is going to be a save indeed. I agree with this. They're not really... Actually, I don't agree with this indeed. I think he has to go... I think he has to go for some exits to make it a little bit more worthwhile. Just like that. That's a fine try, even though she doesn't get the kill. They're going to buy up on the end of the round anyway, so it doesn't really matter whether they live or die.
Yep, strong start from the squad of Redsea.FML. They are a team mostly comprised of Malaysian girls. I think 4 of the squad are from Malaysia. They do have 1 Singaporean and 1 Indonesian player. It is their 3rd time playing in the FSL. They played in Season 1 as well as Season 2. They did take a break last season in Season 3. However, both times that they participated previously, they ended 2nd in their group. So definitely looking to try and make it into the playoff stages. changes this time around. It's going to be a split push through mid as well as B main. Yeah, Airy gonna pick up the very nice kill over around mid, which is the signal for usually for them to push onto side. There she is over at market.
Quickly, possession taken over onto the B. The B split looking quite effective here. And will they check this corner? Kimmy A will get one, but not anymore from that sneaky angle. It was a good attempt. It was a good idea. Just unable to find anything more than the first kill, though. Nice stuff, but it ends up in a clean 3-0 regardless. And Rifles aboard.
Yeah, they're so close to getting that extra 300 credits at the end. As well, for you guys watching, just a quick tip: if you ever, because on the attacking side, right, you either need to get the team wipe or you have the bomb go off, right? So the thing is, if you do have the team wipe and one of your members, if one of your members on the squad who is holding spike manages to last second get the spike plant down before the round ends, you get that extra 300 credits into the next round. So it's definitely always worth doing if you can.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna switch things up. So gonna go through A. Already one member from each squad has gone down. There's a separate cage right at the entrance though, as well as Aira's Omen smoke right there.
It's an it's an A hit setup, excuse me. But it does look like there's a push coming up right here from the Cypher just to see who is around. And that teleport's definitely going to be heard. So they have information that there is going to be one player. Chewy on the back, though, will be getting a kill, leading them to a little bit of an advantage. But look at this, the Cypher getting information that nobody else is in A main. That means the rotation has come in. But it's a little bit of a double-edged sword because they're just going around from A main to A short. This, however, leaves it something very interesting because Cypher getting that kill, that's 12. Getting the information, actually buying some time for the rotation, and pinching the members right now onto the side, leaving no room for even a plant. And it's a battle of the brains here in FSL.
200 IQ plays coming out from girlwluv that round. I mean, mid-game, there's that cute little ring around the roses thing that both teams were doing. I think it was a really good strategy in Fury from the side of Redsea, which was they showed themselves, they made noise, they showed at least 4 people over at A main, and then once girlwluv started rotating over from side B, Redsea was already in courtyard, but yeah, I mean, it's a good strategy. Hopefully, we will see them try that again later on. But regardless, we are into round number 5.
Yeah, and looking like shaping to be another B split. It has proved successful previously, so not gonna be afraid to try it again. Meow Airy looking for the lineup, doesn't get it. Era does. Wanda looking for that trade on site though. Doesn't check the corner because Chewy gets the kill. Not until it's traded off by Catharsis though. And the res now available, leaving one player left standing in Era. Can he clean it up? Does get away behind the corner, misses the shot, and somehow the survivability instinct will prevail. Era had a chance though, but it slipped away through her fingertips and leaving us to a 4-1 scoreline.
Whew, well played by Redsea.FML. Definitely came back from the earlier round. One thing I like seeing is just the level of shooting on display from these girls. Mario, especially that round 1, round 2, where she was popping off, just hitting those headshots. Wanda right now as well from the squad of Redsea. 7 kills already in the bag. She's gonna, early slow orb over at B. Does get us right though. The entire team of Redsea actually was right outside B main. So this one is slow their push at the start. They do pick up 1 from girlwluv, however. Pick up 2.
It's this constant mid pressure, this constant mid to B splits that they're just doing that they have no answer for right now, you see. And that's, for me, a sign of a very much larger problem. When this kind of thing happens and you have no response to the B, the appropriate thing to do would be to either start forming a 3-man split, a 3-man crossfire into mid, maybe 2, depending on who you put in there, and then having less people play A because you know that you're weak towards that B. That way you have at least denial towards mid, and the only line of attack that they can go through without taking too many losses is through B main, which is usually, if not always, guarded by a Cypher or a Sentinel like a Killjoy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we are playing on Ascent, which is, in my opinion, the most fair out of all, and like balanced.
Oh yeah.
Maps that Valorant has out of all the 4 or 5 of them right now. The thing is, if you have something like a Killjoy, for example, I mean, they're on attacking side right now, and they're already in the lead. So the thing is, once you swap that Killjoy over to the defense side, I mean, I just think that they're going to have an even easier time playing this game. So yeah, we'll have to see if girlwluv have any new tricks they can try and pull out. One thing I like seeing is that they're really switching things up, right? They're going between A, going between side B. Sometimes we see them go for the market push as well. So it's not like they've given up. They've definitely got a lot of ideas and strategies. This time around, it's going to be mid. Catwalk.
They're just doing it again. They're leaving one person playing mid with some backup right there. The paranoia comes in, dash comes through, Meow Airy will push mid again, gets the kill, and that's time and time again. They've gotten the kill. There's a trade frag though available. Era gets a kill in response. Killjoy ultimate will be deployed right here. Air is still holding this mid area, and the response toward this mid pressure much better right now, but they still lose the aim duels in the end, leaving us with only Margot to retake the site in a 1v3.
Yeah, this is really tough. You definitely don't want to be caught by the Killjoy lockdown. It's actually in 8 seconds where you're really unable to move or shoot. So she's going to stay out of range of that. That means she's really far away and doesn't have all that much time to try and defuse. You're going to see on the minimap, she's thinking about it. She thought about it over in courtyard. She was like, should I save this gun? Should I try to make this happen? And it looks like she's going to commit. Doesn't really have a lot of time there. I think she's got she's got about 10 to 15 seconds before this bomb goes off.
It's looking for a couple of exit frags in the end, though.
Yeah, she's going to camp there.
We'll probably find one.
Killjoy?
Oh, no. Okay, cool. Just thought that was a little bit off target.
Yeah, when we saw the cluster, we were like, oh no. But she made it happen in the end.
Yeah, definitely. It makes it a little bit more expensive. So it happens. But I just wanted to point out the defensive response actually was pretty good right there. You saw they committed 3 bodies towards that mid. I liked it. It's just that they weren't in tradable positions, right? So there was one person holding mid, and that was Omen. That was Era, who gets a kill, who I think picks up 2 kills, actually. And there was one person holding around the pizza area to hold that crossfire. But the thing is, there were 3 of them, and then one of them was completely smoked off in CT. So that 3-man push, that 3-man crossfire just didn't work. What would have been better is to have that 3rd person hold CT towards B area. I think that would have made a little bit more sense, but finally they kill off that Jet going into mid early. Every single round they do it, and this is the first time they've caught her off. But hit right now towards the B, looking like it's going to be a straight engage. Meredith looking to open the side up. It's Wanda who does it. Looking to continue. Kim E only goes 1 before he falls to Catharsis, and Era chimes in with a response of her own. Era gets a 2nd one on fire this game in 12. Looking to use that ultimate in this 1v3 situation. They know where Idarig is. Gonna be flashed off with that Lear already. Forced off the angle. Has one more Lear. That should be it. No, he gets 1. She gets denied the 2nd. And it's a good effort, but it's just not enough. 2 rounds already now on the board, and it's starting to look a little bit better this time.
Yeah, that was so dangerous for the Omen on Redsea, just because it looked like they were all going to run straight in a line, and at that point, you know, you just 3 people just run one after the other. That looked like it could have been a triple, but that was really close. But yeah, good on girlwluv for picking up their 2nd round this time around. As we were saying, Ascent is a more fair and balanced map, so generally you don't want your scores to be too wide going into the swap, so they will definitely be looking to pick up a couple more rounds in order to just feel comfortable before the swap comes out. Margot right now just hiding over on the left side of this courtyard wall. Gonna catch out 4 people. Nice headshot onto the Jet, but does get taken down by the other members.
I mean, I like the idea. She expected the repeat. She expected the trade frag. That's why she went with the overheal, maybe instead of the reposition. I respect that because she wanted to go for a kill instead. But Chewy, Oh, you really gotta hit those, especially when Wanda can just overheal without the problem like that. That was a golden opportunity to level the playing field, but instead, 12 does it for them and takes us into a 3v3 current retake situation, but Idar does get another one instead, leaving us to a 2v3, getting caught off by the trap wire instead, and through the smoke, Era finds her. One player left standing, and that's gotta be the Sova. Has to come huge, and Kimmy just doesn't find the aim, doesn't find the angle. Wanda shuts it down. 3 kills for her this round, 7-2 currently.
Yeah, so one thing I wanted to point out about the spot where they planted the spike, that's really kind of the default plan over on Site A. I think a lot of players who are maybe newer to Valorant, they plant near that spot, but what they do is they plant it a bit further to the left. I think they see that on the kind of like that container looking thing, the wall, that it feels safe, and so they kind of plant in between the left wall and then the container. That's kind of a mistake they see a lot of newer players do, but the default plan is actually where we saw Meredith have it just now, which is a bit more open towards the door side. Feels counterintuitive, but overall it's just a better plan spot, which is nice to see.
Meow Airy knows that there's a player playing B main here. Quick response though would be to push CT instead. Try to pinch them out, but they lose that duel too, and this is of course an eco round anyway. We'll be happy to take those fights no matter what. And even if they lose, it's quite okay. Era looking to make those headshot connections, those one digs, not be given a chance to do that, as 8-2 will be the scoreline at the end of this. 2 more rounds left in the half, and it has to be 2 wins right now for the defending side. They really have to come huge here.
Yeah, they really do. Taking a look at the eco situation right now, girlwluv finally able to go for the full buy this time around. So gun-wise, it is pretty evenly matched up, just Phantoms and Vandals across the board. Of course, Redsea are absolutely flush with cash. One interesting thing to note is that none of them are choosing to go for an operator. Hasn't really been many operator buys down mid or down long.
Like this recon dart here, gives a lot of information. Era gets a trade frag in response to be able to once again bring us to a 4v4. There is a res available, bear in mind, if they can actually get to it. And that's a spike dropped in no man's land. That's a very big deal. That's a good pickup right now. They can actually get the res off as well. Risky as it may be, it still might be worth it. In a 1v5, why not? Because you still need to save that economy for that next round, which is of course the last round. Idar not going to be able to get anything else on the top of that, and the res looking like it's going to come up. No, just decides to save the money instead.
Last round.
You thought about it?
Nah, you can stay dead.
She was. I feel like she was trolling Margot. She was like, "Should I? Should I not?
Nah.
You're not worth it." I mean, sure you shoot great, but like, so do I. I mean, I like what we're seeing. Independent Sage don't need no teammate.
Exactly, but it's more like, to be honest though, it's more like because they saw that they had enough money to buy next round anyway. So just in case that they can use that res, they probably saved it. Just in case you guys at home didn't know that we were actually being sarcastic.
Yeah, it wasn't actually BM guy.
Yep.
Oh,
and here's the Odin. All right, cool.
I
dig
mean,
it.
B side, B main, that's like the perfect wall to wall bang. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to buy Odin, that's the great spot for you to use that.
It's like the spot actually.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this mid presence here though. So many bodies committed towards mid. Kimmy's gonna get one from the side, looking to lock that down, and the crossfire is good. It's strong right now, but it's fallen apart already. One more with Odin, and leaving us currently with a 9-3 half. Wanda finishes off the round in style. And wow, what a way to break through right there. The idea was good, the crossfire was excellent, but the duels just didn't go their way.
Whew. Yeah, now we'll have to see if girlwluv is better on the attacking side than they are on the defending side. I think things probably going to be a bit rough for them because they are the squad with the Sova, Cypher, as well as Sage. So you've got 3 utility on your team. Generally, your squad is going to be better on defense than attack. You'd have a couple less tools on the T side. So let's see if we can make it happen somehow. Also, we were talking working earlier. Killjoy is on the defense right now, which is perfect for her. The thing is, as Killjoy, it's so broken. You can set up your tower, crossfire with yourself. I mean, how sick is that?
Yeah, that's pretty
just
cool. I
not
love it.
fair.
I mean,
That's
it's not as broken as before, and they've significantly reduced the health, but it's still
Yeah.
quite strong. I will agree with you. I still think it's a little bit too strong. They should nerf it a little. But speaking of, Margot opening the side up quite nicely with a tap onto Meredith right here. Can they find any more? Now Eri looking to get a couple of heads here. 11 HP, still left standing though. It's Wanda to close off the rest of it, and Wanda gets 2 before she falls though, leading us into a 1v2 catharsis. Can she save her team? Has the heals available? Will she even need it? Behind this wall lurking is Kimmy, and she closes the deal, excuse me. And that's going to be another round on the board here for the attackers. They got 9-4.
Yeah, and it's just what we wanted to see from the squad of girlwluv. Definitely not counting them out of this game just yet. They are going to have the better eco, of course, this round, round 2. I think it's Spectres versus an entire team of classics from the side of Redsea. So this round is definitely going to be theirs to lose since they do have the gun advantage.
Yeah, well, we've seen crazy things happen, and scorelines like
That's
these,
true.
yeah, it is very possible, but looking like they're not going to allow them a lot of a chance because it's just going to be a straight up A hit though. Will they expect Catharsis in the corner? They will. Catharsis misses the opportunity for the kill, and this should be a clean anti-eco.
Gun difference, man. She peeked. It's a 50-50, right? Whether you look left or right.
Yeah.
She got the extra like 1 or 2 seconds, but because of the gun difference, it was the ghost.
Team Ace.
Yeah, she just lost the trade right there. I mean, just entirely down to the gun. So they do pick up the Team Ace this time around. It's pretty impressive stuff, and they're gonna make it 8-5 and 9. It's gonna be a much closer scoreline.
I feel like she would have won that in that duel if she had maybe like a frenzy. Because the thing is, a ghost like that, it's hard to land those headshots when there's SMGs running straight at you. Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing is with the ghost as well, your headshot is at that range. It's 105, right?
Yeah,
so
it's not even a kill.
Exactly. If they've bought any armor at all, even the light armor, it's not gonna net you that kill. So.
Yeah, so the frenzy might have worked. Actually, a shorty would have been like ideal.
Come on, shorty.
Yeah.
Half the price of the frenzy, double the value.
Exactly. Well, we say that, but then we've seen some crazy frenzy kills earlier today. So, but let's go back to this current half. Looking at the current setup, again, we really see this resurgence of the B presence right here. They do not account for the fact that somebody could have pushed up mid, and that is in fact the case. They lose a player because they do not get that information. They lose that mid control, and they have to fight just to reclaim it. Now, however, it is a full rotation onto A, though, which looks like it's very likely going to be a straight-up A hit. However, they will be walking into the waiting arms of the Killjoy. It's a double Sentinel, after all, on the defensive side.
Yeah, I think in general, when you are, say, ecoing, if you're like Pistol versus something like Phantom, Vandal, in general, B is going to be easier for you to push on just because A, usually there's an operator over in Heaven. If you have a huge gun difference, it's really hard to push onto A. But anyway, we've got just 30 seconds left. It is a 2v5. It looks like we might be in a situation where the clock might actually be run down this time. Spike does take 5 seconds to plan this. So cutting things really close. Nice kill on the last one left, and yeah, I'm not too sure about the decision making at the end of that game, just because, especially when you've only got about 20 seconds left and you know that site is probably not clear, so you're not going to have enough time at the man disadvantage to clear site and then get the plant down. Even if you do get the plant down, it's hard for you to hold site when you're 2 members down. So at that point, the only real utility you're going to get from planting Spike is just going to be that extra 300 credits. At that point, I think most teams are better off just going for the eco and trying to save your gun instead.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, especially with the fact that they know that they're running double Sentinel, right? So there's a Sentinel on A, Sentinel on Killjoy on A, a Cypher on B. And it's really hard to walk in straight through that. Fortunately, 12 gets the punish for the aggressive cheeky peek onto A. There still are some traps, though. There still is the recon. The the bot, and 12 yet again just walks in and picks up another kill. That's aim secured basically. Like, take a look at this. Like, Era, he's gonna get a kill from the flank right there. Catharsis picks someone up, despite the fact that it's a really awkward position. He was blinded. She was blinded by the paranoia though. Aldro will come out here, and 12 finds a third. Denied the fourth though. It's a 1v2. It's still quite possible here, and Catharsis has to come huge for her team right now. Does not get the angle. Does not get the kill. Dropping down. Kimmy A will close it out 10-6.
Yeah, a bit of a tricky spot that the Sova was hiding in. The thing is, when you're dropping down from a heaven like that, there are always like a few spots that you kind of have to check. And when you're a 1v2, it's really difficult. So I like that there was a commitment. You know, she had pretty much zero fear. She just jumped straight down from heaven trying to get that clutch double kill. So gutsy. I like seeing.
Yeah. And it's another battle here for mid control, and I really like it when teams go for that mid control and they play it smart, because it's always an interesting battle seeing how teams play this mid control, because in a sense the way that you go for mid reveals a lot about your team, whether you have your fundamentals in place or not. But before I get to that, Wanda getting taken down by 12, who has time and time again proven to be the entry of her team. Meredith shaken, rattled, and rolled out of that location right now as Margot gets a pick off into the background. Does get that lurk off. Meredith is scared for her life. Could be vulnerable from the back, vulnerable from the front here. Has to go huge. Gets a sneaky pick. No, is even denied it. And that's a 1v4 right now. What a round to turn around.
Yeah, that Cypher cage play is so sneaky. Just 1v2 through the cage. Not two of them over in hell right now. They know that they've got the man advantage. Really just kind of expecting Jet to be saving. She's all the way over on the B site. I think a B site boathouse as well, in a super safe spot. Yeah, and girlwluv, they know that they're pretty safe. Really, at this point, all they're gonna do is just make sure they clear out the exit frag camping spot, I want to call it, which generally is kind of about where they're at, which is like market. Yeah. Usually, you have as you're camping for exit frags, so you're usually all the way down the long line of a site from across the map, or you're kind of at the market entrance, watching the back.
Around the spawn, CT spawn, T spawn area, kind of where you want to hang out at. But they do go together. They make sure they don't lose any more bodies, and that's really the important thing here. Take a quick look at the scoreboard, though. Wanda doing wonders for her team. I'm sorry, I'll show myself out like right now, but 20 kills for her, 10 deaths, and really leading the charge on the server.
I mean, either her name is Wanda, or you hit the nail on the head, right? And she really did name herself Wonder.
Indeed. Now I'm just hoping for a Cosmo at some point here, maybe in the males division. You know, there's a Cosmo and a Wanda. Yep. Okay, never mind. Okay. And Reyna is pink. Reyna's pink.
That's true.
Wow, my eyes are down.
I'm sorry. That was a fairly odd parents reference. If nobody gets that, okay, never mind.
There was that other reference you made earlier. No, I just love like the millennial references you've been making the entire day. I appreciate them. I'm not sure what the age of our average viewer base is. Like if they're 14, they're not gonna get our
everyone's seeing
jokes.
Fairly Odd Parents, but everyone will see this push onto the B site right now. Shui looking to get this opening frag. Era does it for her though. Has to fall back. Catharsis making things interesting here in the back, and it's a good setup right now. Two members on the site. How will they break through? Instead, they decide to turn right around and go back. But right from behind, 12 will get that frag. And
30 seconds
oh no, the Killjoy ultimate right there, wrongly placed, will force them to rotate all over to 8. And they do have time, 23 seconds. It's still possible. They still get a res on top of this, though, and it's still quite a very doable round right now, despite the fact that they are out of position. Oh no, they might not have time.
12 seconds left.
10 seconds
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be super clutch right here.
Yeah, they
if
need
they
to
can
get
get the
their knife
spike.
out and run and plan. Oh my god, are they gonna make it happen?
Oh no, they can't do it. No, the spike goes down.
Yeah, they got the spike carrier too. That's unfortunate. I really was hoping that things could work out for them. I mean, I really liked what we were seeing, which was just very fast communications and very decisive. You can kind of feel, even though like we can't hear it, that their shot calling is
Yeah.
probably very decisive and quick. They're like, okay, like now run A right now, and the entire team just on the same page, on board. I was really hoping that they could make that happen, but unfortunately not. But it does mean that we're going to see more of this game.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I do dig it. I do dig the rotation. And normally that would have been a good idea. Had there not been a Sentinel on A, the amount of time that they were slowed down by that Killjoy because of the fact that they're running double Sentinel just really made things difficult for them. So really, if they're going to make these kind of plays, they have to do it a little bit sooner just to account for the timing.
Yeah. It's just always unfortunate when you see teams run down the timer and lose that round just because the time has run out. Margot right now trying to steal sight, but not going to catch anyone. Killjoy's tower does get shot at by Meredith, who did hear the sound cue, so knows that she was nearby. Kimmy right now just trying to back off and, yep, pick up a nice kill straight down line of sight through the back of sight. It's a 1v2 right now, though, so it could be possible. She's going to use her recon belt for a bit more vision. Doesn't see anyone, however, since the KJ is
30 seconds left.
over towards
I don't think so. He has no, but Meredith just gave away her position right here. This is no, that could have been doable. 31 HP.
That should not have worked. I'm gonna just say it, like, I mean, if you're gonna pre-fire like that, I mean, actions have consequences. And so, like, come on, you need to be punished.
No, yeah, for real though. Like, if you're gonna take a pre-fire like that and you miss, you gotta book it. You gotta get the heck out of there because you're gonna leave. If you die, you leave your teammate in a 1v1 position with the Sova, who has Hunter's Fury available and an Owl drone. So fortunately, she won that aim duel. But had she not, I would have said that. I would have dared to say that that round could have totally went the other way.
While up straight over at been seeing a lot of the previous rounds, which is already haven't seen as much the action so far. There's the Hunter's Fury into Boathouse. Interesting choice. I think they do know that Sage has been starting over at Boathouse for a lot of these rounds. Right now, looks like a lot of action going on around Market. They do get excited though, so aren't going to be able to see that. Cypher ultimate going to be popped out for that extra vision just to know where everyone is. And there's so much shooting going on. Nice headshot. 3v1 Killjoy right now. Last person left alive in this match point situation. But nope, she's going to go down. It's going to be an 8 versus 12 right now. And whew, that was a fast round.
Indeed, and there's a lot of hesitation coming out right here from both sides, but in the end, all it took was a moment of brilliance to shine through, and it takes that round decisively. Do want to point out real quick though that if you look at the scoreboard and the points of the team, all throughout the scores are pretty much even. Kimie, 12, Era, they all have pretty much the same amount. It's just Chewy who's really underperforming in this game. I'd like to see a little bit more from, and just as I say that, Chewy opens up with a beautiful shot, long distance, towards mid. That's a wallbang headshot for you, by the way. And also, look at this. Short play, though, getting close, up and personal in the smoke. The paranoia is good. Doesn't matter. Too close for comfort in the end. Gonna be a full A hit, though, walking into Killjoy's sight. Will it make a difference? Meredith has to hold, has to get at least one if she wants this to be possible. He finds one, gets traded out. Did enough, though. And so it's going to be a 2v3. And from above, look at that. The kill from the jet, but the instant trade from Era to get the 4K. What a round from Era to keep her team alive. 9-12.
Oh my god, I am so tense. I can't believe that girlwluv is making this happen. He's mentioned 9-12. Things weren't looking that hot for them before. the swap, but they've been slowly making their way back in this game. Just the sheer amount of pressure that the girls must be playing under, just because the last 2 rounds they know that it's been match point. Like 2 rounds ago, we saw them use a couple of their ultimates because they knew that the second you lose a round, I mean, you're likely not going to make it into playoffs at this stage of the game. So definitely everything on the line right here, and it's just making these rounds so exciting. It's still 5v5 so far. A lot of shots gone down, but no one has died just yet. There's
where's the backup?
Cloudburst,
Refrag. Oh no, she gets away. There should have been a refrag though. A little bit frustrating. And the res comes out though, fortunately. Now they push onto site. Meow area looks to dive in, but it's going to be a nice hold at the moment. Somehow still alive, dancing across the boxes, and they get finally her down. Not until it's too late. She takes down 3, going down swinging here. And it's going to be another round on the board. Thrifty Eco win. Where did that come from? I've seen it all in this game.
Oof. What a game, what an ending to that one. Really close. I mean, just going from the scoreboard, phenomenal performance from Wendo. I did see a lot of really clutch headshots and flicks during the game. But yeah, good performance all around from all 10 girls. Match definitely looked really close, especially going towards the end right there.
Yeah. It was a very entertaining match. I think that was probably the best match we've seen today. If I'm gonna say, it was interesting all throughout. So many clutch moments, so many great touches, so many great taps in 1D. Everything was so good. But in the meantime, of course, really quick, I'd like to give a quick thank you to our sponsors, of course, who have made this happen. Let me pull that up really, really quickly. It's of course going to be Dreamcore, Yahoo. Super solid and Intel. Boost your performance, of course, and make an amazing improvement in your game. Get the new 10th gen Core i5, i7, i9, whatever you need. Intel's got it for you. Am I right?
Whew, you are. I mean, I think I'm using the i7 personally right now, and I mean, like, I just I put my computer through a lot. I mean, I have like Valorant open, and then I have my stream open, and then you have like some sort of streaming software, then you have your actual stream open, and then you're playing music and all that, and I have absolutely like 0 issues running all of this stuff. Also, I mean, when you upgrade your hardware, you can't blame your skills anymore, right? Like in the past, you're like, oh, like my internet is lagging. Oh, it's my computer. That's why
no
I'm
excuses.
stuck bronze. Absolutely no excuses. I mean, if you want to play Valorant the best that you can, you guys can go and check out all the good stuff from our sponsors. But with that, guys, we are going to go for a really short break before we come back with our very last group stage game for today. It's going to be Celeste going up against Badasai Sakura. You definitely don't want to miss it, guys. We'll see you in just a bit.